guest speaker Mr. Abdul Wahid, fellow members, lady and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to all of you. My name is Adnan Rizvi and I'm the convener for the CPD events of the Southern Regional Committee of ICAP. On behalf of the committee, I would like to welcome you all. We'll begin shortly and we'll take a 15-minute break for Asr prayers around 5:30 p.m. When the Jamaat is held here. We'll end the session around 7 p.m. after which high tea will be served. I'll begin the formal proceedings by reciting a surah from the Holy Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusrin illa allazina amanu wa amilus salihat wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Sadaqallahul Azim. Keeping in view the importance of the topic, namely Zakat and alternatives to interest, the Asasi has organized a seminar. Our learned speaker today is Mr. Abdul Wahid. He is one of the most senior members of ICAP and possesses vast knowledge and experience in respect of the topics to be covered in the seminar. In the recent past, he has conducted seminars on similar topics for Northern Regional Committee in Peshawar, Islamabad, Lahore, Faisalabad and Multan. Mr. Wahid has also been instrumental in giving advice to the State Bank Governor in the past on the alternatives to interest, and his suggestions have been very highly valued. He has given me a profile which I am pleased to read out to you. In 1957, 57 years ago, he completed his prescribed training in May 57 and cleared final exams in July 57, but was denied certificate for 2 years as he was under minimum age of 21 years. He was only 19 years old and he worked for the formation of ICAP in 58 to 60. After qualifying, he served in PIDC, Thal Development, Wabda and Nishat Mills Group. Since 1965, he is in the profession. He has also attended CAPA conferences at Manila, Melbourne and other international venues. He was a group leader and chief of discussion in ASEAN conference in Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore and Jakarta. He represented ICAP in CAPA committee meetings. He has travelled 40 countries in 5 continents and submitted various CPD papers to ICAP members in all the 6 major cities of Pakistan, as well as internationally. He had been in several ICAP committees and was the honorary auditor of ICAP for 25 years. In 80s, he provided scholarship to poor CA students through ICAP. 2-3 decades ago, he gifted water coolers and wall clocks to ICAP, and a gold medal in ICAP is after his parents' name. He also gifted a plot of land to ICAP on the superhighway area, which has a market value of 8 million rupees today. So he has got, I think, been very instrumental with ICAP, and its services to the institute are very highly sort of recognized. Please welcome Mr. Abdul Wahid.
Muslim, we have to believe these holy 3 books, and so we have it. In the Bible, there is 2 parts, Old Testimony and New Testimony. Old Testimony means Torah and Zabur. New Testimony is the second part, and it is the Bible. In all these, interest is prohibited as it is. But with the pass of time, because of need and necessity, these religious priests are allowing the interest. Prior to Christ, more than 2000 years ago, interest was not much in practice. Only in case of need and necessity it was used. It is only last 4 centuries when the industrialization, gas, power came in practice and factories and production were introduced. So the capital was required and everyone was asking, why should I spare my capital to you for your use? And for that the priests allowed interest in any shape, whatever you call it. You may call it usury, you may call it markup, nafa, vyaj, sood, any word. It is translations of meanings. I will tell you how I came in the picture first. In 1992, a case was pending in Supreme Court of Pakistan, and after about a year or two, the decision came that the interest is prohibited. Nothing new, but the then Governor of State Bank of Pakistan, Mr. Ishrat Hussain, who is now Chairman IBA, Karachi, called advisors, experts and scholars of interest or riba, any word you call it, but it is one thing. It is the translation of languages. If you say Khuda, it is in Persian. If you say Allah, it is in Arabic. God is in English. Bhagwan is in Hindi and Sanskrit. It is the same thing. Only translations are there. If I use these words wrongly, please forgive me, because I may be speaking many languages at a time. Thanks to God. Now, the Christians allowed a usury. When you are using my money, you pay me something. The formula came by economists, rent of money. You are taking my money, give me some rent of it. It is not interest, it is rent. Just a joke. Now, in this between the two words, you are all educated people, you must be saying that rent has the same condition as the interest has got. Why the rent is allowed and interest is not allowed? It was a big question to me from a big officer of UNO. I was also shocked. But I kept quiet. I said, well, question pending. After 3 years, I could get its answer from Dr. Israr Marhum. He was a big scholar. He said, the principle of the rent is fixed. The principle of the rent interest is liquid. Capital, money or fund in the bank is liquid. You can draw the part. But if a house is on rent, you can't take out the bricks of it. And that appealed to me. That is the difference between the rent and interest, though both have got the same terms and same condition. Predetermined, fixed period, fixed rate. But in hadith, only one hadith is there in about rent. O Makkans, Makkah peoples, don't charge the rent to the Hajis. And it is the highest now in the world. Rent of Makkah properties during Hajj, excellently high. Those who have got the experience knows it very well. Now, when governor state